Welcome back for another episode of iBrowse Reviews. This episode I'll be focusing on an automatic litter box called the Litter Robot by a company called Whiskers. So, if you find this video enjoyable or you enjoy the content, go ahead and feel free to give it a thumbs up. And why don't you smash that subscribe button while you're at it? But without further ado, let's get started. Check it out. So the main question is, why switch from a manual litter box over to an automatic litter box? What makes it worth it? I can give you 5 reasons off the bat. 1, time savings. Depending on how many cats you have and how many times you're using the litter box per day, you're scooping a lot of poo, okay? And nobody wants to spend all their time scooping someone else's doo-doo. Number 2, you're saving on litter. Whether you realize it or not, when the litter box cleans itself after every time the cat or multiple cats use the bathroom, it's saving you litter because then you're not having to spend more time scooping out the excess junk just to make sure the leftover litter is clean if you're doing it manually. Number 3, the litter box is going to have a self-cleaning method to where it keeps the litter box cleaned. That way, each time your cat goes in to use the litter box, he has a nice clean area to use each and every time. With a manual litter box, you really don't have that option unless you're cleaning it every single day. And let's be honest, nobody wants to have to take a dump on top of another dump on top of another dump on top of another dump. Because once all that litter runs out that you're using to cover up all those massive dumps, then you're having to be forced to walk on top of that stuff and track it everywhere, which is quite disgusting. Number 4, odor control. Nobody wants to have to smell hot and steamy or ammonia all the time. I don't need to clean my nostrils out with the ammonia smell, and I sure as heck don't want to be smelling somebody's turd whiff, okay, as I'm eating my breakfast. It doesn't exactly stir the senses and make me hungry. Number 5, and probably the most important, your cats are going to be happier with you being able to use the automatic litter box. They may be a little bit startled at first. There are some tips you can probably find online to help them feel more comfortable, or things that might help them switch over to the new litter box, because you do have to do kind of a transitional phase. Now, a couple tips I'll give you from personal observation over using this litter box from the past couple years. Number 1, the grate inside the litter box where it sifts out the clean litter from the dirty litter will get dirty from time to time. I know that's kind of self-explanatory, but you don't want to have to worry about there being stuff stuck in there on the walls if your cats don't adequately cover it up in the litter before it tries to go into the cleaning process. Let's be honest, when you walk into a stall at a gas station, you see a turd on the inside of the stall door, it doesn't exactly make you want to use the bathroom. And so I will say I would leave pretty quickly if there's a turd threatening to fall on me as I'm taking a crap. So that's pretty... Tip number 2, find something like a shredded paper to put inside the bag that goes in the discard tray underneath the litter box. So when dirty litter is sifted away from the clean litter, it will fall into a tray below. The problem is if the excrements didn't have enough time to soak up in the litter before falling into that bottom tray, and they're still wet, what'll happen is that smell will start to build up, and it can have a rather unpleasant ammonia smell, essentially. But what I do is I put shredded paper in the bottom of there, and it helps to control that smell by soaking up and drying out the litter, so therefore neutralizing that odor. Number 3, you're not going to escape the initial smell of them going to the bathroom. It doesn't matter if it's an automatic litter box or a manual litter box. You're going to smell hot and steamy when it's coming out. Let's just hope you're not having breakfast or sipping your morning tea when it does, because it will take your breath away. And not in a good way. So, be mindful of that. Now, I will say the actual litter box is about 27 inches wide, 29.5 inches tall, about 25 pounds in weight. There are more specs on the website, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, I will link the website for Litter Robot in the comment section below. Feel free to go ahead and give them a look. I will say that I have the Gen 3 model, and I know they came out with a Gen 4 model, which has a few different options, maybe attributes to it. So go ahead and compare the two, see which one works out best for you. They have videos on how it works, the cleaning process, how to get your cats familiarized with that type of litter box, all the different light configurations and what they mean if you see them on your litter box. Overall, you will not regret making the switch from manual to automatic. It is the best decision I have ever made. I do not regret it. It is awesome. But pick it up. Let me know what you think. And if not my problem. But until next time.